This is one of those elves that I've never met before.
Hello?
Wow.
I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
No, I've just never met an elf before. I'm sorry, that sounds kind of rude. You're just a person, I should treat you as such. No, I just wanted to talk.
You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, that's a relief. I'm one of the king's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide.
Oh my.
But it was nice talking to someone.
That's terrible.
Hello again. You need something now?
Just saying hello.
Oh, all right. Nice to see you again. Hello again. You need something now?
What do you mean?
I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me?
No, sorry to bother you.
Oh, that's all right.
Now that's just... See, here's the thing that I think is very interesting about how things have changed. A lot worse than a switch beating was done to castless on a daily basis by guards, by their employers, employing them in deadly jobs. Beaten was constant sexual abuse, you name it. But when you're there, it just seems terrifyingly normal, banal. It's what you expect to happen. But here, where everyone's been nice to me, where everything seems much better, at least on the surface, at least for people like me, when you confront this, like employees being smacked with a switch, or then it seems all the more shocking because it seems so out of place. It seems like you've come here, it's supposed to be better, and then it happens. And it is better in many respects. Because being cashless, from what I've seen, is worse. But it still shocks you because it seems so out of the ordinary and inappropriate compared to what otherwise seems so civilized.
Petron said they were Orlesians, coming with a whole army of them fancy Orlesian knights.
If my pa wasn't already in his grave, that'd put him there.
Oh yeah.
You think they'll leave
nationalism.
once this is done? If we ask them nice?
If they don't, then we keep on fighting, I guess.
I'd rather fight them painted fops than these darkspawn. That howling of theirs gives me nightmares, it does.
Yeah, that's all something to be concerned about. There's this nationalism tendency as well. Tension as well.
What are you, a bunch of Natric fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them.
Oh, they do, though.
There's talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately.
But they do that too.
Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
It may be best not to think about it, but yeah, they do eat the bodies, and they do enslave people and turn them into horrible twisted ghouls. It's very unpleasant. It's not nice at all. Okay.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet Andrafin, forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant King Ferelden and guide them.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
I don't think she was interested, and I don't think this was quite the time. You may feel that it's the time, but from her perspective, it wasn't.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
And who are you?
The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
The wilds?
We're right on the northern edge of the Kukari wilds here.
Yes.
Miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Mm-hmm. Why are the wilds so frightening?
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of?
No, Darkspawn's
It's all
what to
too
be scared of.
secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you
I've
to
got
be
nowhere
here?
else to go after what Duncan saved me from.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, saved me too.
I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Okay. Talk to you later. Now we got this quartermaster guy. I really don't think you should have been chasing after a woman before the battle. Maybe he feels that it's something he wants to do before the risk of a battle, but she probably doesn't want to think about that, the friar. There's like mixed cross messages between those two. Probably shouldn't have been after her. I would have found it annoying and irritating myself.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Even if I had, I wouldn't tell him because you whip him and beat him. Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
I'm not going to ask if he needs help trying to grow down because I do not want to help him. What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
So here's the situation. I don't know what's coming, but I want to be ready for anything.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
It's your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
There's probably a lot of good stuff here, but in terms of what I can affordably spend money on and so on, particularly if I get more money, but this is it. This will help keep us going and keep us alive for whatever comes. And yeah, I just took more money than I ever had over 1 gold and got rid of it. And that is kind of a problem, but it was worth it. So I met another recruit, Davith. We'll see how that works out with him. He reminds me a lot of Leskin. Maybe I should just treat him like Leskin, not come down too hard on him. But still, it gets annoying having a guy chase you when you don't want it, when you're not interested. It can be harassment, so he backs off sometimes.
Welcome, young woman.
Hello. Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
Okay. I don't mean to be rude, but you do have a rather stilted cadence, and there's not a lot of human inflection, or any sort of sentient inflection, emotional inflection in your language.
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not filled by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Yeah, but did you do anything to earn that consideration and treatment? On the one hand, I could see why you might want to do it against people who are dangerous or threatening as either a punishment or a protection for the public, but you didn't really specify if you had done anything like that. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
I don't think they should tranquil. It sounds horrid.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
Wait, you said I am content. Does that mean that you feel contentment? Because if you do, that's a form of emotion. It may be a mild emotion. It may not be a very intense one, but it is still an emotion. But I still feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing.
But contentment.
As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
That's not bad, but still.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
Fascinating. What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. I just wanted to hear your take on it, but it sounds pretty much like the dwarves here. I don't know about this. I understand wanting to protect from the dangers that a mage could pose. I've read enough about it to be kind of scared, but also morbidly fascinated. But it seems really arbitrary and unjust to do that just on a suspicion. I should go.
Goodbye.
There does seem to be tension here. Oh.
In the name of Andraste, may you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Greetings. You
Hello.
must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yeah, I am. Who are you?
Sir Jury is my name. I hail
Sir
from
Jury.
Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Aemond. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
Not all dwarves are smiths.
Of course,
You know?
my father was the castle smith, so I encountered dwarves through him.
Ah.
I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
I'm curious about the joining
As am
ritual.
I. Has anyone told you about it?
Only that it's dangerous.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Yes, see you and Davith. Those are the people I'll be working with. Gotta find Alistair yet, but he seemed pleasant enough. I hope he turns out okay with us.
It hurts so much.
Oh, that must be from the Darkspawn blood.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
There are Grey Wardens here, you know. And, you know, underground, dwarves have fought and fought and fought and fought. And they've dealt with this exact same problem.
The Grey Wardens will die. The King will die. We'll all die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
Then probably not.
You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
I wonder what a caterpillar is. That story was not nice, but it does fit with how it's... First you see has a few stragglers, then you start seeing patrols, then you gotta send out patrols. Then you see detachments, then you see armies, and it's just... And then they push you back and push you back and push you back.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
Okay.
I don't want to see anymore. I
Okay,
close my
I'm
eyes.
sorry.
Please just leave me be.
I hope you turn out to be okay.
They're going to kill us all. Kill us and then eat us.
No, they're not. Well, we'll try our best not to.
I hope the Grey Wardens from Orlais arrive in time. May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown larger.
Ferelden can defeat these things on its own. We need no Orlesian charity.
I wouldn't say that. That kind of attitude helps to cook the goose of Orzammar and other dwarves who wouldn't use the castless to help fight against the Darkspawn. Talk to the priest.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
You know, I probably don't believe in the Maker, and I don't really appreciate how he dumped the Darkspawn in my own backyard when it was the Defender Imperium. That was the problem. We were kind of these innocent bystanders. But who knows? Also, you people have been a lot nicer to me. The people who drone on about, than the Shapers who drone on about the ancestors and the Paragons. And how people like me should never have been born and not been in your side. I mean, there's even people in Dusttown who heard about your Maker who actually cares about everyone's life, and you do too. Which is nice. But I am Dwarven King.
I do, though I cannot pass on the respects of your ancestors. The Maker looks kindly on all who will receive him.
And that's a heck of a lot better than what we've got in Orzammar, because they're not going to pass on any respects to me. But the Maker likes us, so... Even if I don't believe in the Maker, she's nice. They've been nice to me. And the Chantry seems to at least values all life. Very well. I'll receive
Then I
his
bless
blessing.
you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
I mean, it probably means nothing, but it was still nice.
Hello again, Warden. May the Maker guard you in the coming battle.
May your Maker guard you as well. I don't really believe in the Maker, but he's a lot nicer to deal with than the ancestors of the Paragons if you're a dwarf. At least today.
Soldiers, Sir Ferelden, my sisters and gentlemen.
Did I check everything? Let's do a very quick checkout here. Okay, let's see what it is.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Finally get to meet that Alistair guy. I think, yeah.
I have urgent duties, sorry.
These are more of the elves. They seem to be very...
I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
Oh, that's terrible.
I have a great many tasks to attend to.
I mean, it's not as bad as the castless. I think these are the city elves, because they don't have the Vaseline on them, on their faces, that the Dalish elves do. And they have it pretty bad. But we still have it worse than they do. I can tell, because we would never be allowed to have any jobs or anything like this. But it's still bad what happens to them. These would be dream jobs in Dusttown, but it's still wrong what happens to them, and it shouldn't. And I think it's more noticeable because it's not so commonplace, regimented, and put in place as it is from where I came. Okay. Here we go.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You know, I could name half-dozen dwarven women, good-looking ones, who would love to climb and mount your fine chiseled peaks and numerous Alps and wonderful Alps. I mean, you are one gorgeous mountain of a man. I'm not really into that, but I gotta tell you, there are a lot of dwarven ladies who might want to try try a robust and virile, impressive mountain of a man such as yourself, with that finely chiseled facial features, those broad alpine shoulders, and all the peaks that point out and that are smoothly curved in the right way, the lines and the ridges that trace and contour along the mountainside. Amazing and fantastic. You could make a lot of money among some of the noble women back in Orzammar. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Okay, so you're kind of dumb. Or you're joking. I hope you're joking. Because yes, you have a good sense of humor. You're kind of perceptive about other people. You look fantastic with those chiseled peaks and those fine alpine ridges. But oh my, how can a dwarf be a mage?
You never know. These mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from Orzammar.
Yes.
I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
It's okay. You mean well. That's all right. No offense taken.
Good. You didn't exactly catch me at my finest with the mage there. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden. Though I guess you knew that. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Okay. Pleased to meet you. My name is Natia.
Right, that was the name. There haven't been any dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
No one trusts someone like me with anything that important.
Someone like you? The recruit Duncan's been bragging endlessly about?
Really?
Yes. Completely untrustworthy.
Wow.
But don't worry. You'll see plenty of Darkspawn now. And probably sooner than you'd like.
Nice.
Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are.
Petty
Which
nonsense.
puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
I've read about them. You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that.
Well, that wasn't your fault.
I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
I look forward to traveling with you.
Huh. That's a switch. If
You're
you have any
great...
questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Why wouldn't I want to travel with you? You're a great-looking guy. You're kind of funny. You're kind of perceptive in some ways and kind of dumb in other ways, and that's endearing. Okay. What's this about? Okay.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
No. I haven't.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Okay, that sounds bad. That's horrible. Why haven't they fed you?
I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such.
Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter, or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
And did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
It matters to me if your cause is just.
You're a funny one. They wouldn't listen to some dwarf no matter what you think. Thanks for the laugh, though. And it's not as if they're wrong. I probably would have deserted later. Just not when they caught me is all. Hope that doesn't spoil your opinion of me. I'm still hungry enough to eat my shoe.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting.
When all you wanted to do was be a thief.
But I trade you for some food and water.
Alright. They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it.
Yeah.
Come back into my possession.
Charming.
Since then, so to speak.
Charming. I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Okay.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
Well, actually, that's true. They will do that. Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
It seems a waste for you to guard him all day.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm going to say it was you. Just so you know.
Okay.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Huh. Considering where that came from, let's hope we're not the only ones in good health.
That is incredibly true. That is incredibly true. Because one of the things people overlook is how when you have lots of people, soldiers, camping together out in the woods, disease can run rampant. Diarrhea, dysentery, malaria, typhus, smallpox, cholera, lots of really nasty diseases can run rampant and kill you. So I'm hoping he cleaned it off, and when he did, it was by water that hadn't been fouled up by a bunch of other people. And so far, I think I've pretty much... Yeah, I've pretty much done everything. One thing I should do, I'm gonna... Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most battle-hardened infantry soldiers. Those Ash Warriors and the Mabari all sound like great scouts, skirmishers, raiders, flying detachments, that sort of thing. Good for striking and running. I mean, like, in addition to the Mabari being fast and powerful, the Ash Warriors tended to go for offensive-oriented weapons with light armor. That fits that role. The Chant of Light, the Blight. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were met, and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods." In secret they worked magic upon magic, all their power and all their vanity. They turned against the veil, until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven waiting. Beneath their feet the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the great empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth. "And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world." Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light, in darkness eternal they searched, for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the Whisperer awoke at last, in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The First Blight. From Ferelden 8. So here's the thing. Why didn't you just toss them up into the sky? That's nearly endless. Why did you have to toss it down to us? Toss them into the sky. So they can't bother anybody. The Tranquil. The Tranquil are the least understood but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of respectable size boasts the City of Magi shop, and every one of those shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all. Rather, they are like inanimate objects that speak. That is so unfair. If a table wishes to sell you an enchanted penknife, it could pass as one of these people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voice monotone, incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they're barely the sort of mages to put ordinary folks at ease. Yeah, but ordinary folks don't know anything. But thanks, Brother Genitivi. If they could say they could feel contentment, as much as they may not admit it, they actually do have emotions of some kind, in my view. Ostagar. Representing the furthest point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the fortress of Ostagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Kokari Wilds, watching for any sign of invasion by the barbarians, known as the Chastened Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north. It proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after Tevinter's collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastened Wilders, and then as the Chastened threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls still stand, as does the tall Tower of Ishal, named after the great Archon who ordered its construction, which was made by dwarves. The Tower of Ishal was made by dwarves, but the rest of it, I don't believe was made by dwarves. It was made by humans. I just know it. The quality's too low in my view. Ostagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. From Ferelden, Folklore and History, by Sister Patrine. Win. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the Tower of King Kaelin's call to arms, Wynn volunteered to go to Ostagar. I hope Wynn makes it through the battle. I really like her.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You 4 will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Surely you could have acquired some blood before now.
Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
Okay. Going to the wilds, isn't that dangerous?
You weren't recruited out of charity. All 3 of you are skilled and resourceful. Alistair is the most junior member of our order and will accompany you as is tradition. Do not worry. I doubt you will need to go far into the wilds to find what you seek.
Correct. What do we need Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Okay. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Okay. And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Okay, is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Okay. Quick once over. Gather the strange flowers in the wilds for the Mabari hound. Tainted blood. Find the 3 vials of Darkspawn blood. Grey Warden's catch. Rescue treaties from Grey Warden's catch. Alright. So, we are going to try to balance out what everybody gets as much as possible. If I'm going to be the commander, I want everyone to be up to tip-top shape. Everyone to be in good positions. I don't want to play any unfair favorites with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to pool all the cool resources. All the special ones. So let's take a look and see what these guys normally have. Davith, you need more health. Okay. That's also something for him. Alistair, you keep battle dress of the provocateur. Davith, this will work well for you. Jory will give you that. Davith will give you that. I'll give you that, Jory. And then that'll be good for Davith. Okay. Jory. Willpower, spell power. Somebody's gonna have a tough time. There you go, Dwarven Belt. Oh heck. I'll take it. For all the good it'll do me. Let's see. Amulet. Okay. Hat for Jory, no. Okay. Let's check this guy's weapons. You know what? Alright. Alright. Okay. Jory. Okay. Alright. Check these guys out. Okay. Let's sell some stuff before we go out. Who knows, maybe he got really lucky and he restocked. I doubt very much he did, but hey, one can dream, can't they?
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Dagger. And
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Sure, let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Maybe I'll get enough money to come back and grab that later. Four dexterity, 26 dexterity. First off, let's get these other guys set up. Shield pummel. I prefer shield pummel. Knocks them off balance and hits them a couple of times. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Yep.
We need to get down to the wilds. The sooner you get this done, the better. Trust me.
I believe you.
Yes.
I don't suppose there's any way to... I wonder. All right. I'll do it. Dexterity. All right. Okay. Yeah, he's got everything he needs. There you go, Jory. Alright. You know what? Okay, Jory. Let's go. There we go. Are you ready?
Right.
For the time being? Yeah.
Right.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Alright. Okay. Forces aren't as balanced as they could be, but
They can't see you, they can't kill you. On it, sir.
On it.
alright.
Here.
Nope.
kill you.
Alright. Take a shot.
On it. On it.
Quickly, we must fight.
Okay.
On it. Let's make this quick.
Wow, that was good. Good volley fire.
On it. Dead yet?
I'm armed. Careful.
Right then.
Okay.
As you say. As you say.
On it.
Right away.
I am ready.
On it.
That's it. Any last words?
It is a fine thing we've done.
Okay. That went really well. Of course, we haven't fought any darkspawn. Okay, everybody's got kills. Good. Alright. So far, so good. Okay, we got a stiff to the right. We got an injured man down here. Yeah, everybody get down here. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Over here.
Okay.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. We can take you back. You're hurt bad. At least we saved somebody. That's good.
If you just bandage me up, I can get back myself.
Okay, but you take care of yourself.
I have bandages in my pack.
You sure? You might need medical treatment.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Okay. We saved
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
Overcoming these dangers is part of our test.
That's true.
Yes.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
That reminds me of Lesky. That's some Dust Town humor. That's some dour soldier humor for the wry, dry wit. Gotta love it. I love a wry, dry wit. Okay. And we saved that guy's life. We didn't save the rest of the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See more down there. There's something else. We did save that guy. That's good. All I saw was, remember, seeing all that hopelessness and desperation in Orzammar and the relentless hammering of the Darkspawn at the Deep Roads, but outside of it. But here, we managed to save someone's life. Missionary Jagby. I'm sorry, it looks like you died.
Very well.
Letter to Jagby. Chris the Missionary. Wolf. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For people that so clearly adore their hounds, Ferelden simultaneously harbor a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers. Oh, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From Legends of Ferelden, by Mother Alis of Denerim, 910 Dragon. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then, only when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When Darkspawn rise onto the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. In blights past, as the corruption of the Darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the Darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups, and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. I've not yet seen a blight wolf. Don't plan on it. I'm not familiar with that. It must really be a surface thing, because wolves really aren't found where we're at. Or very rarely. Letter to Jagby, my dearest son. It pleases me that you wish to follow in my footsteps and bring the Maker's word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologies for leaving early for the wild, son, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chase and respect one with survival skills in the wild, so I hoped to get a grip on that before you arrived and maybe establish an agreement with a local tribe, so that we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you will find it difficult to navigate. I've listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scouted out, where I've left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get back to that spot, and I'll find you, if I'm still alive. The landmarks are as follows, beginning at the entrance to the wilds from Ostagar. Look for a tree leaning on a ruined building. That shouldn't be too hard, given all the horrible human architecture around here. Pass under a fallen tree bridge. Probably another attempt at human architecture. Maybe that's what the elves did. Past the submerged tower on the right. Yeah, that's probably human. Or maybe it'll be elven for novelty. Look between a high ruined arch. Yeah, more human buildings, garbage human buildings, and a mossy standing stone. That's the elves and the humans working together. Walk along a path of roots and stones. Oh, they stole something from us. Only a bit of it. The roots they got from the elves. And look for 2 large statues with a chest between them. If those statues are standing, it's ours. Otherwise, it's human. If it's broken, it's human or elves. Or maybe the elves just deal with grass and stuff. Well, that's not fair. There you'll find our meeting point. I love you, Jagby, my son. I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. I imagine that the elves have some magnificent architecture from our Lathan, which is now lost, or even the Dales, like Haram Alam Shral. Because, yeah, I've read about them and they're amazing places.
They can't see you, they can't kill you.